Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Sports Fellas. We are finally here, week 18, the final regular season games we have.
It's your boy Dristan.
Dristan, thank you for coming by. Dristan, I can't believe it. This is it. Finally, the regular season is coming to a conclusion. We get rid of all the scrubby teams. We get to see the teams that are vying to get in, and also we get to see the teams that have clinched the playoffs. I'm looking forward to this, Tristan. So let's just go ahead and dive in. Beforehand, please follow us. We have updated our Spotify, iTunes. We have our YouTube page going. And also, like and subscribe us, please. We'd like to hear from you. And also, stay tuned. We have new upcoming shows. We have the Cutting Crew. We have also Eric's Fly Fishing Adventures that's coming out. Packs and Stacks. And 2 new shows that are about to come out, but we're going to wait for that. But for now, like and subscribe. That's all we ask, and we appreciate you. All right, so let's go ahead and dive in. Tristan, your team, the Kansas City Chiefs, are going to the mile-high city of Denver to face the lousy Denver Broncos. So, Tristan, so last week on the show, I called the game where Cincinnati triumphed, and they beat the Chiefs by a field goal. How did you feel about that?
It was a tough loss, simply because we had a good first half and we had a terrible second half. And I see on social media and everything, there's a lot of blame on the refs. And I feel like it's partly the refs' fault because there were some terrible calls on us that could have led to points, which could have changed the outcome of the game. But in the end, it's not the refs' fault. We played lousy in that second half, and it was very disappointing to watch.
What struck to me was the fact that the secondary, how did they let Chase, that wide receiver, destroy your secondary? And it's like now there might be a blueprint, and this is something the Chargers were doing, sometimes successfully, sometimes not. But for the people that are observing, that's something that they could look into. Like, hey, maybe let's start attacking the Chiefs in the air.
Well, I'll give you I think I blame it on Spagnola's stubbornness, because he clearly saw Jamar Chase was beating Ward deep. It was clear as day, and we're a man press type defense, and Charvarius Ward kept getting burnt, and it's not like he was playing bad coverage. I feel like he was playing really good coverage. It's Jamar Chase. He's a different breed, man. He's great, and so those catches he was making were in very tight contested coverage. He came out with the ball, and I think it was just based on Spagnola's stubbornness. Like I said earlier, he just did not want to, give a safety over the top, double team, triple team him. Like, you think after he reached 150 yards, he would have to do something different, right? No. But yeah, I still love Charvarius Ward. I think he's one of the best corners in the league, despite what happened. But it was a battle. It was a battle.
All right. Well, they're going into Mile High, and Kansas City has beaten Denver for the past how many games? Denver has still not found the formula to beat Kansas City, and they're still hurting. I mean, Teddy Bridgewater's out. Drew Lock can't stay consistent. Mm-hmm. The run game, I don't know what's going on there. It's just a debacle, and Denver just want to get this game done and over with and clean up the locker. So I'm going to take Kansas City.
I'm taking Kansas City too, and I feel like this game is a lot more important to Kansas City simply because they need this win, because there's a chance if Tennessee loses this week, we could still get that number 1 seed. So there's a chance, and I feel like all we need is a chance, and we're going to come out dominating the Broncos, man.
All right. Next up, we have the Green Bay Packers visiting the Motor City of Detroit. This is Green Bay's game. Aaron Rodgers, the cerebral assassin, him and Devontae Adams, Dylan, they're just, and Lazard, now you got Lazard in the picture. They're just destroying the opposing, and right now they're on a hot streak. They're very hungry to get in deep in the playoffs. So this is no brainer. I'm going to go ahead and give it to Green Bay.
I'm giving it to Green Bay too. I would like to point out though, Green Bay is 13-3. And I think every year that they've went 13-3, the past couple years, they've lost in the championship. And I feel an upset coming in that NFC Championship on Green Bay, man.
Well, you know that Aaron Rodgers has been there 4 times in his career, and he just only won it once.
Yeah.
Once. And what was it? 2 to Seattle, 1 to Tampa, and 1 to San Francisco. So therefore, Aaron Rodgers is used to this. So for now, it'll be Green Bay. I think they're already locked up the number 1 seed. So the NFC is going to go through Lambeau again. Next up, we have the AFC South Showdown. We have the Indianapolis Colts visiting the Jacksonville Jaguars. This game, again, implications for, not really. The Colts are already in the playoffs. They got the wild card spot. The Jacksonville Jaguars are in a rebuilding stage right now.
I feel like
this is Indy.
I feel like they're going to purposefully take this loss, get that high draft pick, get it over with. It's a bad season for them.
I'd like to see them rebuild. I want to see them dominating. I miss the good old Jacksonville days back when Maurice Jones-Drew and Byron Leftwich. Or who do they have on that team when they went to the AFC Championship?
Didn't they have Jalen Ramsey, Leonard Fournette?
But who was the quarterback? I'm trying to remember.
The quarterback? Bro, I do not remember. You want to be honest? Was it Blake Bortles?
Yes, it was Bortles.
Blake Bortles.
Yes. All right, so we got the Colts.
Yep.
Next up, we have the Washington football team visiting their NFC East divisional rival, the New York Giants. Washington was on a hot streak, and then that came to a screeching halt. They're going against a depleted, demoralized New York Giants. They look lost. And the Giants, you just think they have hope. There's no hope. So, in this game, give or take of what's been going on right now, I'm going to take the Washington football team.
I'm taking Washington football team too, and I feel like they would have a better season if they just fixed the stadium. You see what happened with
that was pretty scary.
Man, there's been problems with their stadium all season long, and then that just really showed it, man.
Was anybody injured, seriously injured?
No, luckily not.
Okay.
But I know Jalen Hurts wrote a letter to the NFL and the Washington football team. Hey, this could have gone worse. What are y'all going to do about this? I feel like, in my opinion, they should just renovate the entire stadium or just rebuild an entirely new one.
Or move away. That stadium is pretty old.
Yeah.
That's what in Qualcomm in San Diego, that's what happened. They didn't want to renovate, and the owner of the Chargers asked the city of San Diego, hey, give me some money to help. Let's get this put together. They did it, so they ended up going to Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
I do miss them at the San Diego Chargers, though. I don't sound right. Los Angeles Chargers? Nah, I think I'm still a San Diego Charger, low-key fan. Low-key. A little something there.
Yeah. I like the Rams being in LA. I think
that's their original home.
Yeah, so it's just a great fit, And Chargers, nah.
All right. Moving on, we have the Chicago Bears visiting the Minnesota Vikings. This is this game is a divisional game, understood. It bums me out because Minnesota offensively has amazing weapons, awesome wide receivers. Jefferson's going to be one of those wide receivers for the years to come.
Oh yeah.
And him and Kirk Cousins do have a rapport. They've got it going on. It's just that the line is terrible. They've been plagued with injuries, and consistently they've lost critical games. And now they're in this Now, is Minnesota officially out, or they are in the outside looking in scenario?
I am not sure. I think they're officially out. Yeah, because even if they win, Eagles have the number 7 seed right now, and the Eagles have 9 wins, and Minnesota has 7. So, yeah, they're out.
Okay. In Chicago, we know already they're a lost
they're
cause.
long gone.
Nagy, do you feel this is going to be Coach Nagy's last game as a Chicago Bear coach?
It's hard to tell, but I think so.
He
hasn't had much success with the Bears, honestly.
I think he needs to be more of a coordinator.
Yeah.
But that's my opinion. All right, next up we have an AFC South Showdown. Now, this is going to be an interesting game. We have the Tennessee Titans going to Houston to visit the Texans. Well, Tennessee's in a real nice spot right now. They're the number 1 seed as of for now, pending on what happens with this game and the Kansas City game. Tennessee has to win, and they have the number 1 seed.
Yep.
That gives them a bye, and that's more time for Derrick Henry to make a possible comeback.
Yeah, they took him off the IR.
Can you imagine Derrick Henry coming back? Now the teams are going to have to formulate a way to say, okay, do we box up the line? What's going on? A.J. Brown's okay. I wish they had more wide receiver weapons besides A.J. Brown. They would be a potential dangerous team.
See, they have Julio, but he hasn't produced much.
Julio's old.
Yeah.
He's my Alabama Roll Tide, but Julio lost his step. It's just he's not the same. That's why Atlanta let him go. So I'm taking Tennessee on this game.
I'm taking Tennessee too, but I'm hoping that the Texans will come out with the win. They upset the Chargers. Let's see another upset. Come on, Texans. Y'all got this, man. Y'all got this, Houston.
All right. Next up, we got the AFC East Showdown. This rivalry game. Wish this would have been in different circumstances, but it is what it is. We have the Pittsburgh Steelers visiting the Baltimore Ravens. Now, Pittsburgh is officially out, right? Or there's no someone.
Pittsburgh's out.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm 100% sure. Pittsburgh and the Browns. Nope.
Okay. I was inquiring about if there was a possibility that mathematically something would be going on, and maybe perhaps there would be a scenario where they can get in. But as of for now, Baltimore with that loss to the Rams really hurt them.
Yeah.
And then, if I'm not mistaken, the tie that Pittsburgh had came back to bite them. That tie against the
Lions.
The Lions.
Yeah.
So that came back to bite them. And this could be possibly Ben's last game. Can you imagine not seeing Big Ben no more?
I can imagine it.
Oh, this guy.
I've
you
been
don't
tired.
appreciate.
I've been
you don't
tired
appreciate
of seeing
legend.
him play.
I remember when he used to
old.
torch the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, that was long
Time
ago, man.
Well, if he does go, on behalf of the Wichita Sportsfellas and Razor Cut Formation, we want to say thank you, Ben, for all the years, all the Steeler fans. I mean, this is the guy that went to 3 Super Bowls, took 2 out of 3, lost to the Green Bay Packers, and he defeated the Seattle Seahawks and defeated the Arizona Cardinals and came up short against Green Bay. So, Ben, we wish you the best if this is your last game. We'll see who goes from there. They're playing a Baltimore team right now. Injuries just destroyed them.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be their season. Losing 2 top running backs, defensive players dropping, but they still mustered to go toe-to-toe with Green Bay, with the Rams, and they were just so close. They were so close, and the injuries just got to them. So this is Big Ben's final game going against a team that's their arch rivals. Ben, you're going to lose. I think Baltimore is going to do their best to stop this. They match up well to Pittsburgh, and they're at home, and I feel this is Baltimore's chance to win.
I feel like Baltimore's got this in the bag, man. And I did call out last week. I remember the other game. There was 2 games I said I'd give you lunch. It was the Steelers and Browns game, and it was the Kansas City Bengals game, and the Steelers won too, man. Like, I did not see that coming.
But you still owe me lunch.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure.
No matter, either way, I owe you lunch.
Okay, because I want everybody to hear that. Because just in case you try to slip up, because Tristan, you're sneaky. You're sneaky like that. But I had to make sure I have proof. I have ocular proof. We have audio. We have visual and verbal, the whole shebang. So you're not going to win this. So just throwing it out there. Throwing it out there.
You made some good calls last week. I'll give you that.
Thank you. I'm thinking, I'm going to probably do filet mignon, probably some potatoes, a few drinks, some rolls. That won't affect you because that don't cost anything. I don't know when and where, but I'll keep you guys posted. But, yeah, I can't wait for that lunch. Thank you. All right. We have another AFC East showdown. We have the Cincinnati Bengals visiting the Cleveland Browns. Cincinnati had an amazing win last week against Kansas City. Your team got torched.
Congratulations
the secondary
to them.
half. Now they clinched the AFC North. The AFC North for the first time since 2015. That's been a long time. So congrats to Chris, big Bengals fan, and all the Bengal fans that are out there. Going against a Cleveland Brown team. Now Baker Mayfield is out, and we don't even know if he's coming back. I mean, that team started the season, and I've called it out, that having Kareem Hunt, Chubb, I was thinking, this is the team. I mean, they lost to Kansas City. It was not that bad of a game. I just think they let it go. I think what quarter was it where Kansas City just started to dominate? I think it was the third quarter.
I think so too.
Third, fourth quarter. They just they couldn't do it. Unfortunately for the Browns, again, they're gonna have to figure out where the problem is. Is Baker Mayfield the problem?
You want to be honest? I think so. Yes. If they had a good quarterback, I feel like they'd have a lot more success. They just don't. They have to rely on the run so much. They can't throw, because if they throw, guess what's gonna happen? It's gonna get picked off. Yeah. Baker Mayfield's been too inconsistent, and at the second half of the season where it mattered most, he was terrible. So
who would you pick? Would you go into the draft and start over, or would you pick maybe a veteran to kind of lead the way and then get a draft pick? How would you go about it?
How to go about it? That's tough. That's tough to say. I wouldn't waste a top draft pick on him, like first or second round. I'd probably, if I'm gonna get a quarterback, maybe later, but I would try going for more of a veteran quarterback. And then
who's available out there? I know already the hot names is Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers, but they're not going to Cleveland. I can tell you that.
I'll tell you, if everything with Deshaun Watson settles up, maybe Deshaun Watson will be back.
I'd like to see him to go there.
I'd like to see him go there too.
I mean, pending whatever is going on, maybe they could do is pick somebody up, let him go, and then once Deshaun Watson clears his legal issues, not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah.
I was thinking more maybe like Marcus Mariota, kind of go in there, kind of help out. But Marcus Mariota is not a scrambler. I mean, they need somebody that can get out of the pocket like Lamar Jackson, because right now, Burrow, he's not a scrambler, but he fits so well in the pocket. The kid's got an arm. He's got good projectile on his throwing, and so he's got that on lock.
Yeah. This one could be a close game actually, because
they've always
Joe Burrow's. Well, Joe Burrow's sitting out. I'm pretty sure.
And Mixon as well.
And Mixon has COVID, so I don't know. It could maybe it doesn't matter if they
win. It don't
win,
matter.
But
They've already locked up the division.
Yeah.
So maybe in seeding, perhaps in seeding, but from what I see here, if they do play, they'll play it for seeding. But I'm pretty sure they're just gonna say, hey, we won the division. We already have home field. Yeah. Let's just rest some of our players, get them ready for onto the playoffs.
Yep.
All right. So next up we have an NFC West Showdown. This is pretty interesting. Two teams that have made the playoffs. One just clinched the division. We have the San Francisco 49ers visiting the Los Angeles Rams. San Francisco was being inconsistent for a while. Then they found their hot streak. George Kittle coming back. Debo Samuel being a phenomenal wide receiver. Jimmy Garoppolo, his inconsistency has given them such a hard time. Then Trey Lance lit it up that fourth quarter. Trey Lance is the future. We know this already. It's just a matter of time. When is he going to be the official starter? I know Kyle Shanahan wants him. He wants him to start. It's just maybe it's a money thing or political thing that Jimmy Garoppolo's still there. But they're going to Los Angeles, where Los Angeles tug it out with the Ravens. Matthew Stafford, with him and Cooper Kupp, and congratulations to Cooper Kupp for breaking the record. That guy's a phenomenal wide receiver.
He's fixing to break more records after this game.
He is. He's truly amazing to watch. And also Odell Beckham. Look at him now. He's catching touchdowns when he wasn't doing that in Cleveland. He has found his niche in this team. And the run game is still not as solid, if I'm not mistaken. Their run game is still not.
Yeah, it's sort of fallen off. I don't know if they're going to.
They're probably going to attack in the air.
Yeah, because I don't know if Cam Akers is really going to play, because I know he's back from IR, but I don't think they want to throw him out there too soon.
They're going to need him to go into the postseason. I've got the Rams on this one.
I got the Rams on this one, too. I don't think the 49ers will be able to get a second win against them, especially in L.A.
All right, so we got an NFC South Showdown. We have the Carolina Panthers visiting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Carolina, this is a team that went 3-0 on a hot streak. They go to Dallas. They lose. Then they lose to Minnesota, and then the story goes from there. Christian McCaffrey gets injured. Sam Darnold was hurt. They brought back, I'm back, Cam Newton, and where'd he go? Now he's gone. Now he's on the bench with the clipboard. sipping on some Gatorade. Carolina, this is a team that I like. This is my niece's team. Shout out to my niece. Love you. And going against my son's team, the Buccaneers. Tampa Bay is also on the flip side. Let's look at Tampa. That whole Antonio Brown thing, that was crazy.
I'm hearing a lot of different stories on why that happened. And
what do you think happened? What have you heard?
I've heard that Antonio Brown is like 5 receptions away from getting a $333,000 bonus. And they sat him out because they don't want to give him that bonus. And I saw this on social media. I don't know if the source should be trusted, but I've heard that also that Bruce Arians has done that to not just Antonio Brown but a lot of players. Once they're fixing to get a bonus based on what they've done in the season, they sit them out or try to prevent them from doing that, I guess, to save them some money. I don't know. That's what I've heard. Is it true? I don't know if it's true. You want me to be honest? I feel like it could be true and it's believable, but I feel like it's also believable for Antonio Brown to overreact and do whatever just because it's Antonio Brown. So, I don't know. I guess we'll find out sooner or later.
Here's my thing. They make more money than we do.
Mm-hmm.
By far. You already have a Super Bowl ring. You are one of Tom Brady's friends. He also stuck his neck out for you. He put his hands in the fire for you, Antonio Brown. You're already a nutcase already. You struggled in Pittsburgh. You didn't do well in the when you were in Oakland at that time when they were Oakland, the Raiders. You definitely struggled in New England.
Played one game and left. Yeah.
And Tom Brady said, hey, you know what? We'll get you. He opened the doors of his house for you. He probably cooked you some meals. We don't know. That's between him and Tom Brady. But maybe they had movie nights together, probably Bible study together. Who knows? And then you get on this crazy mode. Mm-hmm. But like I said, none of us really know. But that is a valid point to not get your bonus, and that's why you have to hurry up, send him down. What's killing the owner $330,000? Really? Mm-hmm. It's taxable. Well, no, there is no taxes in Florida like that. But still, you still have to maintain professionalism.
Yes, I agree.
And if that was the case, you can get your money also. You get a bonus anyway going into the playoffs. You get a bonus as closer you're getting to the Super Bowl, you get that bonus. And then if you if you win the Super Bowl, that's even a bigger bonus. Mm-hmm. Antonio Brown, as in for now, he's not a Buccaneer anymore, but he's officially not off yet. Yeah, so we'll just have to see the reports.
And I know Tom Brady's sticking his neck out for him again. So I feel like Bruce Arians will have to give in to, 7-time Super Bowl champion.
He might tell him, hey, I'll win you another Super Bowl. Let him come in, then cut him.
Yeah.
Hey, do that. But right now, Tom Brady's not hurting. That wide receiver, he stepped up. Oh, what is his name? Oh, I can't remember right off the back. I believe he's a rookie. And he had that amazing the touchdown that gave him the game-winning drive. Mm-hmm. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I don't know his name either.
But it was a phenomenal. And Tom Brady's not. This is Tom Brady. Tom Brady's going to find a way. So yeah. I got the Buccaneers.
I got Buccaneers, man.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on to a game that's pretty not interesting. We have the Seattle Seahawks visiting the Arizona Cardinals. Arizona has dominated against Seattle now. Kyle Murray had a phenomenal win against the Dallas Cowboys. Mm-hmm. Seattle still cannot. They beat the Detroit Lions. Okay, whatever. They might found their niche. Do you think Seattle's going to give a run for Arizona or nah? Arizona's got this.
No, I think Arizona's got this. Rashad Penny stepped up for Seattle in that run game the past couple weeks, but it's too late, man. You're not making an impact beating the Cardinals. I feel like even if they lose, they just drop a couple seeds, whatever, So I got Arizona on this one.
I'm going to take Seattle.
Ooh,
I flipped it up on you. This is why. I think DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett are going to have a good game. Rashard Penny did step up. Russell Wilson right now, he's going to try to go in because we do not know if he's coming back. Mm-hmm. There's rumors that he's already talking to other teams. We don't know yet. But I feel if he's going to make his push for Seattle, he's going to go out with the bang. That's going to be on the resume to talk to, Pete Carroll and and the owners up there and say, hey, I'm worth it. Give me a line. Protect me. We want to bring back the Legion of Boom. We want to bring back the glory days when Seattle was the team to fear to play. So right now, I think Seattle's going to win it.
Interesting.
All right.
I
so
like that call, though. It
Okay,
makes it interesting in here, man.
I got to throw that curveball. All right. So we got next up, we have the New England Patriots visiting the Miami Dolphins. So New England right now, they already locked up in the playoffs as a wild card team, which is great. It's good to see New England back in the mix. They're going to go against a Miami team that was destroyed by the Tennessee Titans. For some reason, the Tennessee Titans found their niche. I think they're on a 2-3 game winning streak right now. They have found their run game again. They also Ryan Tannehill's playing well. New England's going into Miami, which in the last few games, New England struggles at Miami for some reason.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I don't understand it.
And
it's going to be coach against former assistant coach.
Yeah.
So he's familiar with Bill Belichick, how the way he plays. I'm going to take Miami on this one, just because it's Miami, and they're like, hey, you know what? We're above 500, and we didn't even make the playoffs.
Yeah, and they like shaking it up. Like, I like that you brought that up because there's always something going on, like the Miami Miracle. Yeah, let's take Miami on this one.
All right, duly noted. Next up, we have the New Orleans Saints visiting the Atlanta Falcons. Both teams, especially New Orleans, what a disappointment. That's just unfortunate with James Winston being injured and Alvin Kamara. He had a highlight game last week against the Panthers, but other than that, he has struggled through the season. Atlanta, they look lost. We don't know what's the status of Matty Ice. I think he might as well join Ben Roethlisberger together and say, hey, you know what? We both suck. It's time for us to go. It's unfortunate because Atlanta, Mike Davis didn't really pan out for them like they needed him to. Corda Patterson has not played efficiently. And with, Calvin Ridley being out, Russell Gage, he's not a number one wide receiver. It's just that team is all messed up. I think New Orleans is going to win this game.
Yeah, I got New Orleans as well.
See, we're just nailing them because it's just
Yeah.
insignificant games. Next up, we have the Jets, the New York Jets, visiting the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills has locked up their division. Congrats. This is their second year in a row winning the division, I believe. And they're going to get a Jets team again. They did play hard. They played with heart against Tampa Bay. So I'm not going to diss the Jets this time. But you're going against Josh Allen. Josh Allen is familiar with the Jets. I feel the Jets are on the right path because the coach, how do you say coach of the Jets? I can never say his last name right. I'll find out. I know he was, well, we know his resume, especially when he was with San Francisco. He helped build that defense. Now, here's the thing. The Jets are on the right path. They just need more pieces. And the way they do it is now it's not New England. Now you have to find a way to match up against Buffalo and beat Buffalo. And New York Jets is not scared of the cold and Buffalo because it's all in that northeastern area. So, but Buffalo's going to win this. They want to win it, capitalize, and go into the postseason.
Well, actually, because Buffalo and the Patriots both have the same record. They're both 10-6. So if Buffalo ends up losing and the Patriots win, Patriots have the division.
But didn't the Bills beat New England?
Yeah, but if New England has a better record, then they're automatically over them.
Duly noted. We'll see how that.
So
we'll see how that
I
plays
guess
out.
there's a chance that.
So you're saying there's
Because
a chance?
Yes, I remember seeing on Twitter. There's 4 teams that still have an opportunity to get a number 1 seed in the AFC. That's Tennessee, of course, the Bengals, Patriots, and the Chiefs. Bengals need literally everybody to lose and them to win, and they'll get the number 1 seed. And then the Chiefs, all we need is for the Tennessee to lose and us to win, and we'll get the number 1 seed. And then, of course, so if the Bills lose and everybody else of those teams loses, then they get the number 1 seed. It's complicated, bro, but I mean, there's still a chance.
This is like a terrible relationship. It's just complicated.
It's just the teams that we need to lose. They're all playing terrible teams, you know. Like the Bills are playing the Jets. They're not going to lose to the Jets. Titans are playing Texans. They're not gonna lose to the Texans. It's like, there's a chance, but it's very slim. For all those scenarios.
That's too much of a headache. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the Sunday night game. We have the AFC West Showdown. The Los Angeles Chargers visiting the Las Vegas Raiders.
Now this has huge implications.
Okay, if I'm not mistaken, the Raiders can still get in.
Yes, if the Raiders beat the Chargers, they get the number 7 seed. If the Chargers beat the Raiders, they get the number 7 seed.
So either way, this is the do or die kind of game.
This is do or die. This is it. You have to win. Or if the Colts lose to the Jags and they both tie, then they both will get in.
Wow.
You know how ridiculous that is?
I wouldn't mind seeing the Raiders get in just to see them get out. It's kind of like, hey, we're here. Yep, nope, you're out.
Well, just imagine both of them getting in if the Colts lose. Crazy.
That would be crazy.
Like, bro, honestly, if they lose, I say, hey, Raiders and Chargers, y'all just need to make a deal and say, we're going to tie this game. How does that sound?
That would be crazy. It would. And then if I would have to hear it from Kyle. Shout out to Kyle and the Colts fans. If they would lose, I would have to make a phone call to my friend in Arkansas, Cole, Kirk Bride and family. What's up? I would say, hey, yeah, Cole, your team, what happened? And he'd probably ignore me for the first couple months, and then we'll probably talk once April comes around. But I don't know. I still feel that the Chargers are a better team.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Chargers are a better team. So I got the Chargers winning this one. Even if the Colts do lose, I don't see either team saying, hey, let's tie it. I don't see that happening. So I'm getting the Chargers winning and taking that number 7 seed.
All right. Well, before we get into the game of the week, let's go ahead and take a quick pause and give a following thank you to our following sponsors.
Are you needing some insurance? Give our good friend Ernie Ruelas with State Farm Insurance a call. Like a good neighbor, Ernie's there. You can call him at 1-316-682-2300. Or if you're in Wichita, come see his office at 11330 East Central, Suite 400 at Central and Greenwich.
All right, Tristan, the game of the week, we have the Dallas Cowboys, America's team, going to the city of brotherly love, the Philadelphia Eagles. So we have one win. Now, is Dallas, has they locked up the division?
Yeah, Dallas has locked up the division.
Okay, so they got it. Now, Philly made the wild card.
Yep.
Now, this is a good game because Philly and Dallas do play well against each other. They're going to Philly. I'm going to take Philly on this game. I feel that Philly is going to stay committed to the run game. But here's the thing. If I'm going to take Philly, here's the catch. They're going to have to make sure Parsons does not disrupt them. Making sure that if they're going to throw the ball, that Diggs is not around. Because right now, the secondary of Dallas is playing pretty well.
Yeah.
And Parsons, he's a blessing in disguise. And that's why Jerry Jones got him in the draft. Because he knew how potential he was coming from Penn State. So I'm going to take Philly in this game for the simple fact that the run game they're going to establish, they're going to cause problems to Dallas. And I feel that if Dallas feels pretty good about locking up if they're already locked up the division, they might sit some players. Is there any news of anybody sitting down?
I haven't seen any news, but I don't really keep up with Dallas that much. So,
well, you should. This is America's team.
Yeah, it is America's team. I know Michael Gallup's out for the season.
What happened to Michael Gallup?
He tore his ACL, and it's tough because he was up and coming. He looked good. So
well, they still got Amari Cooper. Remember, Amari Cooper was complaining.
Cooper.
He was complaining that he wasn't getting throws to him, but now he will. He's going to get a lot. Him and what's that other?
CD Lamb.
Yeah, CD Lamb. But that tight end is awesome. What's it? Schultz.
Dalton Schultz. Yes.
Yes, he's something else. But I'm going to take Philly for this game.
I'm still taking Dallas. I feel like they don't want to let up. I don't know if this win will give them a higher seed because they're at the 4 seed right now. I don't know if they'll get a higher seed with this win, but I feel like, hey, maybe they're going to give it their all, depending on how Philly plays.
How far you have Dallas going?
I have them going to the divisional round. I don't think I have them going to the championship.
All right, now that we're discussing that, now that we concluded Week 18, we're gonna go ahead and talk about right now our postseason picks for right now. You know, it's always changing, but let's go ahead. Let's pick this time instead of Super Bowl pick. Let's go for NFC AFC Championship games. Who would you take in the AFC Championship?
That's interesting. I could see. I'm definitely taking the Chiefs. You know, I'm taking my team. They're too good not to make it that far. The only reason we would lose is if you know those teams capitalized on our mistakes, which I feel like we won't be making many mistakes in the postseason. So I'm going with the Chiefs. And then as for the second team, that's interesting. I feel like it could be. Let me think about this. Maybe the Bills again. Of course, we'll beat them if we play them again. Or Cincinnati again. So I would like to see a rematch of Cincinnati and the Chiefs in the championship. I think that'd be cool.
So for the AFC, I'm going to go ahead and take the Buffalo Bills. I feel that they have the personnel and their offense is kind of up and going now. Coach McDermott, I think he's got enough experience now to know that, hey, we've been down this road. We know what we need to do. Now, the surprising team right now, I'm going to put, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I just feel like it's going to be interesting enough. Why not the Chargers?
Because, man, if we are the second seed and the Chargers the seventh seed, we're beating the Chargers. The Chargers may not even make the playoffs after this week.
Okay, but hey, I can switch it up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You can switch it up.
I'm just going to just have fun with this. I'll just pick the Chargers because the simple fact, they know how to play against Kansas City. It's just if the Chargers don't screw up, you know, shout out to Travis and Andrew and all the Charger fans. If you guys just stop making dumb mistakes, stop letting the teams run all over you guys because they give up so much on the ground. And offensively, you guys got one of the best, deadliest weapons in the AFC. I mean, you've got Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Jared Cook. You got Eckler. Justin Herbert's playing great this year. I don't see why not. You guys cannot go deep. I mean, defensively, you guys struggle. You guys give up critical plays, and you guys put yourselves in these binds playing catch-up. So, but that's just for now. I mean, it could change. But if we were going to switch it up a little bit, I could see the Bengals are a threat. Kansas City, you can't count them out. You know, let's just be real here. Kansas City is the most experienced team. Them and the Bills, they saw each other last year. The year before, it was Tennessee. Am I right? Yeah, it was Tennessee. It was Tennessee. If Derrick Henry comes back and he's playing healthy, then it gives him another weapon. And if they just minimizes his plays, he can be used as a decoy. He could be used against the run. I mean, who knows? Yeah. But, I mean, just coming off a surgery like that, I just don't know. That's just dangerous. So, but who knows? Who knows? We'll see.
Who knows? It could be completely different from what we're saying.
So we'll see about that. In the NFC, who did you choose in the NFC?
I'm saying LA and the Packers. If that can be a deal.
Yes, because they're the number one, number two. Because Tampa Bay's what? Number 3?
Tampa Bay's number 3, yes.
Okay. On my end, I can't count out Tampa Bay. I just can't. They have the experience. They have everyone that's coming out and they're still playing high level. The only thing I'm not liking about Tampa is when they played against the Jets were able to control the line of scrimmage. They were able to run up on them. They were able to throw these check down passes, and they were hogging the clock. Aaron Rodgers is dangerous this time around. Something about him. He's playing with this confidence that it's just like he's determined. Him and Devontae Adams, they're out there destroying people, and this is not going to be an easy game. So for now, I'm going to still take Tampa going to the NFC Championship, but I think it's going to be a rematch. Them in Green Bay.
Yeah, I could see that happening too, man.
Against the Rams last year, Aaron Rodgers was able to get the ball out fast, but now that they have Von Miller kind of on that pass rush, you just got to. It's more of that critical time. But this is for now. I will keep my eyes on the Rams just for the simple fact that Matthew Stafford still has the arm. Now that they have Odell Beckham, they're able to. There's just more weapons there to give. So, But all right, you guys, thank you for tuning in on the show. On our next series, we will start the playoffs. So once the playoffs start, we will try to implement more in-depth analysis of the teams going in. And as we approach closer to the championship, just know that we will do giveaways. We will have our big group get together. I'm thinking about Driston this time. We're trying to give away hats. We're trying to give away gear. As we get closer to the Super Bowl, and once we have the teams established for those 2 weeks, like and subscribe, follow in. We're going to do some giveaways. So other than that, thank you for tuning into our show. Follow us on our other channels. So if you're into the movies, we got the Silver Cosmo movie review. So before you go watch the movie and you just want to inquire about the ratings, check us out. We make it quick. We make it brief. We just tell you how it is and see if it's worth watching or not. Also, we have Wichita Vice. So if you're into your comic book heroes or your regular TV shows, if there's a show you want us to talk about, we do that as well. And then the upcoming show, Cutting Crew, is coming to you guys pretty soon. Packs and Stacks. So those are for all our nutritional, also our bodybuilders, our people that are into fitness. So this is going to be your guys' show. And also for all the fly fishing adventurists, we have Eric's Fly Fishing Adventures that's about to come out. I'm looking forward to that. And other than that, thank you for tuning in, and we look forward to hearing from you guys in the next episode. I'm out.